So she happened to look through the zip wall like Jack Nicholson from The Shining. She peeked her head in there, and she could not believe what she saw. And it was, holy, holy, and she kept saying it maybe 10, 12 times. Dad, holy, come here, look at this. You can't believe it. So that was fun. Then we had another lady who had just painted her vinyl siding. And she came home from work and she was just dropping every F-bomb. I can't effing believe it. No effing way. Get the F out of here. Just again and again. Wow, we laughed so much. They were so happy. And then you get hugs. I mean, Christmas card lists, right?
Hi everyone, welcome to Inside Spray-Net, where we feature the team behind the magic. I'm Carmelo Marsala, founder and CEO of Spray-Net. I started this company back in 2010, and shortly after, we began formulating our own proprietary paints. Over the years, we've secured 4 patents on our processes and chemistry, and built an incredible network of franchisees across North America. But enough about me. This podcast isn't about my story, it's about theirs. And today my guest is a very special guy, David Varacchi. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Carm. It's a pleasure.
Good thing. I know you. The audience know you. Tell us about who you are. What, your location, your background before joining Spray-Net. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm a native New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, raised on Long Island. And for most of my professional life, I've worked in the corporate world, in the legal industry. And yeah, so this is a brand new adventure for me. I'm 1 year into the franchise. And I'm loving it. I came to this because a franchise coach found me on LinkedIn. I had changed my status on LinkedIn from where I was working to pursuing new opportunities. And it was a great blessing that he found me because this was something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to own my own business. And he introduced me to the franchising model, which is great. To start your own business, man, hats off to anybody who started their own business without the support of a franchise, because having a franchise support is tremendous. And without that, I don't know, very difficult.
And it's still not easy.
No.
It's still not easy.
No, it's still not easy. So anyway, then it was like, I like the franchise model. And then it was what matches the personality, risk tolerance, financial status, all that. And Spray-Net was really a great fit for me.
Nice. I don't think the audience would have known from your accent that you're from New York. Maybe a little bit. So other than the fit for you, was there a specific reason why Spray-Net? I'm just like the service. Why did you, because I'm sure there were other fits for you. Why did you ultimately choose Spray-Net?
So look, for all those years I spent in the corporate world, the service we provided was a need, not a want. And it was a regretful need. In so many things in life, especially on the consumer side of things, where there's a lot of regretful spend, 4 new tires, a hot water heater, this, that, and the other thing. It was just always in that element of a negative feel. This transformative deliverable that we provide is complete opposite, right? This is a fun thing that people want, right? They don't really need it. They want it. And it's a whole different mindset, very positive. And what we deliver is truly amazing. Like every time we complete a project, I'm more and more thrilled with this product. Like the coatings that we have are truly amazing. They make the substrates that we paint look brand new. The vinyl siding coating, I can't believe everybody says, oh, that has to be new siding. And as we know, we have a franchisee took a wire brush to it. I even tried it myself, and it doesn't even scratch the coating. The kitchen cabinets with the factory finish. People come in when we're done, and the reveal part is so much fun where they see that they have like brand new cabinets and they're thrilled that they didn't spend $25,000 to get them.
You said a negative industry because you're the most positive guy I've ever met.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. I tell you what, and that positivity kind of vibe really translates well to customers. At first, when you're first explaining what you could do for them, there's an uncertainty. You have to build trust with the client. Is this just some sort of spiel that they're receiving? And I think it comes through. I come through that I'm genuine. Like, I'm truly excited by this. And by the way, all of my reviews, all of which are 5 stars, thank you very much. I'm very proud about that. I'm closing on 40 of them in just the 9 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Acknowledge that my excitement is like a true excitement for them. And some of them even note that I enjoy it more than the clients do.
It's funny because you know me, I've been doing this for over 15 years now. It's been a long time, almost my entire adult life. And I see people come, I see people go, I see customers, and you light me up. So if you light me up, I'm sure you like the customers, because I've seen it all. Like, you stand out, David. We're happy to have you. I guess after you launched this business, like, what was the most surprising factor for you?
Making the transition to a blue collar atmosphere, compliments to all the people in the trades. I really didn't appreciate the day to day what that entails. And so I had to learn a lot. It's way more detail oriented. You have to maintain a high level of focus. You have to hustle. You have to be ready to navigate the things that are thrown at you, the weather, client issues that may impact their scheduling, whatever else. So every day is a learning experience, right? It's not boring. In fact, it's funny. I have my two Spray-Net hats here. This is my sales queen hat, but this is the one I'm wearing all the time. And you can see it when you're working in the trades, you're getting dirty, you're getting paint on you and all this stuff. And I've come to really love it. I really do. It's more enjoyable for me than being behind a computer all the time. But that was the most difficult thing, is running the business and doing the work. And now that I've understood it and mastered it, it's about figuring out how can I pull myself out and trust a good crew of guys to go ahead and move things along for you.
But I love it because most people don't realize, but if you've never done it, the point of buying a business is not for you to do it forever. But if you've never done it and you've never felt it, it's kind of hard to trust or to teach or to coach, right? So it's a necessary evil, and it's part of the process that most people often overlook when starting a business. They think, I'm just going to manage people, I'm going to be at a desk. That's not leading from the front. And you're a perfect example of that, right? Like that hat, I see those fumes. You do a lot of white kitchens, I see. But yeah, those fumes are you building that experience to be able to lead your team.
Absolutely. And the franchise, Spray-Net franchise in particular, has been great about setting expectations right at the top, like even during introductory days, getting familiar with everything. But even with all of the guidance and prep, you don't know, you have to live it. You have to live it to really figure it out on your own. I'm so glad that those early months, I'm past that, because now it's becoming more fun. Now, what used to be a daunting task is no big deal. That confidence
in the office.
Yeah, it's not there at the office. And the clients, that's important for clients, right? They want to see that you're capable, competent, confident. And now it's helping translate into the sales call. Because seeing these cabs, boy, I've seen that's going to need Bondo. This is going to be it. I map it out for them. And so it makes it easier to convince them to pursue a project.
You're speaking from a positive experience, not just with your customers, but also with your staff, right? That's how you build trust. You mentioned the word trust, but you can't build trust if you don't know what you're talking about. And you're not going to be able to know what you're talking about unless you've done it. So I'm glad you spoke about that. What's been your biggest success then so far? I'm sure you've had quite a bit. 40 Google or 5-star Google reviews, and you just started is amazing. But other than that, what's been your biggest success?
Yeah, look, I love that I've come through for every single one of my clients the way I promised I would. And that reveal moment each time for me I realize now that's what I'm working for. Money, all that stuff, that's secondary. Like, I have some sort of thing that I need, that client validation that I delivered. There have been some really fun examples. We had 2 recent projects. I'll have to delicately describe the reaction here, but
yeah, say it in New Yorker language. We'll bleep it. We have to.
One snuck up on us. We were doing the kitchen, and we went from oak to white with the grain fill and everything. So now all that grain is gone. The finish is crazy. She's not seen new cabinets in her home. Her brain has been wired to see these old, brown, beat cabinets for 30 years, right? So she happened to look through the zip wall, the magnetic door, right?
Yeah.
Like Jack Nicholson from The Shining. She peeked her head in there. And all of a sudden, our backs went to her, and she could not believe what she saw. And it was, holy shit. Holy shit. Now, she's 4'11", and she's shouting this. She's scared us. And she kept saying it maybe 10, 12 times. Yeah, holy shit, come here, look at this. You can't believe it. So that was fun. And then we had another lady who came up to her house. We had just painted her vinyl siding, finished it in a day. And it really was like a spectacular change. I went to a slate gray from a pale tan or something. And she came home from work. We were on the side of the house taking off the last pieces of tape. And she was just dropping every F-bomb that you... I can't effing believe it. No effing way. Get the F out of here. Just again and again. Wow, we laughed so much. They were so happy. And then it becomes emotional for these people. You get hugs. You get, I mean, Christmas card lists, right?
I'm not surprised.
They really are appreciative. And it's been wonderful. You establish true relationships with the clients.
Nice. You said something about money secondary. And in business, obviously, money is an important part, right? You got to make money. Otherwise, you're not going to be in business. So maybe at first, obviously the happy customers, then eventually we start working on gross margin and whatnot. But is there anything else you'd say? How has being the local business owner impacted your life? Anything else you want to add to that?
I mean, for me, let's see, December, I signed the franchise agreement. Training starts January, sales, February, March. I start production in April. So I'm 9 months into production.
Yeah.
At this point, going through the initial stages and everything, I could never be an employee again. Like, I am a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. That's really who I am. And I realize that now. And every day with feeling is not overwhelmed, but just, oh my God, I got to get to this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And maybe you get to one or two of those things. I wouldn't change it. Being an employee is an easy lifestyle, but it robs you of freedom and adventure. I don't know, autonomy. Being a business owner, especially here at franchise, where I have the support of the other franchisees and the franchise team, great coaching, all that. I'm not alone by any stretch, but I have to get these things done on my own. I get to own the victories. And when I have a complex issue, have the support. Like, to be an employee and just have to pass these things off to the owner of the company, not anymore. It's changed my life tremendously. Yeah.
I appreciate. So what I'm hearing is it's rewarding, right? That's what I'm hearing you say. It's rewarding. And it's almost the best of both worlds, because the whole cliche of franchising is you're in business for yourself, not by yourself. So you have the best of both worlds. Knowing you now for almost a year, I don't even know how you could have been an employee. Like, you must have been so bored. You've got so much better.
You know what it is? It's the people. And even though we're in the business that we're in, every business is the people business. And so I was fortunate to work on teams with great colleagues, and that's what kept me there. And that's what I'm trying to instill in my franchise area here. Making sure the guys collaborate really well, compensate them well, have goals that everybody knows we're all working towards. It's the people. So that's another thing about Spray-Net. When I came up to meet you and really understand how this thing is managed, it was an easy connection for us. So I'm in the right place with the right people.
I remember, actually, because Gab, who does our franchise development, said, hey, I've got a great guy. He's going to drive in from New York and he wants to meet us. He's at the final stages with another franchisor, but he wants to just meet us. And I remember we met, we had dinner. They're like, I'm in. Let's see how we can make this work. And I'm glad we did, because I'm not surprised of your Google reviews. I'm not surprised that you're happy, and I'm not surprised that you're doing well. I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's been a blessing. And I tell you what, though, for anybody who sees this, and if they would consider joining a franchise, whether it's ours or someone else's, some key things to note is you got to have a great support team, as I spoke about earlier. That's number one. Number two is you got to make sure your spouse is in it with you, right? That's huge, because you quickly realize how much you don't know. Like, posting the videos of my transformations on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. I don't know. My wife knows how to do it. She's my chief marketing officer, right? Accounting. She's one of my accountants. And then she's also a number of other things, right? So you need a strong support group. But when you have a franchise like Spray with excellent branding and marketing guidance and coaching and all the things to help you get the name out there, we got everything going in our favor. I don't really know what else I would ask for at this point, other than how can we find the people we need to grow faster?
Gina's great. I met her at convention. What a good person. You guys are a great fit. And I love that you said that, because same thing, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did without my wife. So I think one thing you didn't mention is she's probably your therapist on some days too, because I know my wife is.
Oh my God. You mentioned earlier, it's not easy. No, it's not. Sometimes, like in the earlier days, I came home, I'm like, ooh, did I make a mistake?
Right.
And then she's, look what you've accomplished. And you review that. All you have to do is rewind back a minute. And then you're reminded of why you're doing this. And so you hit a hurdle, it maybe you stagger a little bit, but then once you get through it, you look back at that hurdle. What a joke. That wasn't hard at all. This current one I'm facing is mine is huge. And then we'll get past that. And you're like, that's also a joke. So you just get stronger as you go along.
Yeah, love it, love it. So you're speaking about marketing, actually. How do you spread the word locally? I know we got our marketing team, they help do your ads and all that stuff, but like, how do you work together with our marketing team to spread the word locally? What's worked for you?
Okay, I took a lot of the guidance. I joined the BNI group. That's been really helpful. The social media, Spray-Net does a great job for all the franchisees. I do my own local stuff, and that's been great. I get lots of leads. I don't struggle with that at all. In fact, I struggle with making sure I keep up with them all. So I'm blessed with that channel. Oh, lawn signs. I'm not very good at those. I don't know why. I feel a little awkward putting them out. It's funny. I did get one star Google review. Some lady complained that I put a lawn sign on the side of the service road to the highway, but that got taken down.
Nice.
But lawn signs will help generate some buzz. I do penny saver. I did the value pack coupons in the booklets. Local Chamber of Commerce joined. But yeah, any guidance that we get from the marketing team, I'm usually all over that and trying these different things. The hard part is consistency. Look, every component of the business is a full-time job, and I don't got a person for each of those components. So you're not doing the full-time work. So we'll get there. We'll develop the teams, we'll get the support, and then we'll just explode. At some point, I really believe that Spray-Net Suffolk County could be amongst or the largest painting company on Long Island. I can't see why not.
Either you had the best concept and the right person, then the magic happens, right? So yeah. From a marketing standpoint, that I like what you said, because we provided you the playbook, the guidance, all the creatives, and in large part, we had a lot of the digital stuff. But there is some stuff that franchisees need to do, local boots on the ground. Yes, we'll provide you those lawn signs with those door hangers, but there is stuff for you to do, because most people don't realize that is, I buy a franchise and I don't have to do any marketing. You don't have to do most of it, but you still got to do some of it. It's a concerted effort between both of us. I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah, and I'm lucky I have college-age kids and their friends, so I'll pay them to do the door hangers.
Right.
And I send them out to the A-plus neighborhoods, and they put them all out for me.
Right.
I don't have the time to conquer all that stuff. So you spend a few bucks, but it goes a long way.
Yeah, and in no way would that be the best use of your time. It makes sense to pay someone to do that, right? Like, you need the volume, like you said. So what's, I guess, from a customer standpoint, because you mentioned this before, sometimes it sounds like it's too good to be true. And even maybe you thought it was too good to be true at the beginning too. What's the biggest misconception people have about Spray-Net? When you go to their house and sell a job or whatnot, what's the thing that they say the most?
I don't get a lot of that. I think it's a new service in many ways. People don't know you can paint vinyl. So that's a win. Kitchen cabinet painting, they think it's going to be brush and roller and then they can't believe the factory fit. That's a win. Oh, and brick's another big thing here on Long Island. So I'm fortunate there's every substrate you can ask for on Long Island. There's all the stucco here, aluminum, there's vinyl, there's brick. And the staining of the brick, it comes out so nice. And when I explain to them that it retains the health of the brick, that's a real surprise. But when they see the price, they're a little unsure. It seems too good of a value because they compare it to replacement, and replacement's a fortune. Kitchen cabinets at $20,000-$25,000 plus. We're coming in around maybe $5,000.
Yeah.
And then at home exterior, same. $8,000 to paint an entire house. Residing is going to be $40,000.
Yeah. We are definitely the most cost-effective way to increase the value of your property. That's literally what we are. And I'm glad that people are recognizing that in your territory. You're right. Sometimes people think it's more expensive than it is. I've interviewed a whole bunch of franchisees, and that actually came up a few times. People sometimes don't call us because they think it's going to be more expensive than it actually is. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is a misconception people that often have. And so based on that, what would be your advice to homeowners considering Spray-Net?
Oh, look, you got to consider this. While we may not be the best fit, if there's some substrates might be damaged to the point where replacement is better, but the cabinets, the siding's in great shape. You got to give me a call, because what I do is I take advantage of the AI tools, right? I take their picture, I'll show them the AI rendering, I'll let them know, hey, this is spot on, this is a little off, whatever. But this is funny. When I explain our process to a couple, The women get it. I think they visualize what it's going to look like way better than a man. And so I rendering
We're done.
was that?
We're done, us males.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So the AI renderings help that. But after the project's done and we'll do the reveal, the women are like, oh, this is great. I love it. The men come in and they're like, holy, like they had their expectations were not anywhere near. And so we blow them away every single time. And that's, they need to call me. I'll explain them the full process. I have videos of our process, how well we protect their home. We care. That's the main thing. We care about their home to leave it in as good or better condition than before we started. Another reason why I got into this, just to go way back, I was on the receiving end of bad contracting many times. I'll be damned if I'm ever going to let somebody down. There's no way. We're going to protect. Now, issues could arise. We're going to own it, and we're going to fix that too. So I explain this to all of them, and that helps them believe that they're going to get a great experience. And that's what this is all about. We deliver that 5-star experience, and they're going to refer us. They're going to want to come back for other things. Spray-Net's the way to go. Yeah, definitely.
So, Craig, I'd call you you got me convinced. I'd call you. Sure.
Hey, look at this. And we got Lowe's, right? So Lowe's, I love Lowe's. To have a national relationship with Lowe's. I have 7 Lowe's in Suffolk County. I'm the only guy that they're sending their clients to, right?
Yeah.
I've been in every store. I know the designers now. They know how to operate. I've been sharing with them the transformations I've been doing for their clients. And where else? What other company has that?
I love it. I love it. By the way, how people can reach you, we are going to put all your handles at the bottom of this. So your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever you got, it's all going to be there, including your vanity number. So they'll know how to reach you. Let's close with this. What advice would you give someone considering getting into business, whether it be Spray-Net, joining Spray-Net, any other business? What advice would you give somebody?
I would give the advice that don't rush into it. So take your time. I think one of the things I would have liked to have done is spend more time with the other franchisees. I shadowed one. I wish I would have shadowed others. Not that I would have been dissuaded, but I would have been more mentally prepared for the obstacles that were going to pop up. And when I spent more time before getting started, I probably would have had an easier time through it all and not second guessed any of the decisions. So I would do that. And I would suggest to people to make sure you vet more than 1, 2, maybe even 3 options, right? Because that'll be very telling. And to reach out to existing franchisees, hear what they have to say. That would be the help. I think with a culture like Spray-Net's, if they were to call our franchisees, they would get an accurate picture because we have really great owners here and come in this with a realistic view of how everything is going to go.
Yeah. And I think, so we alluded to it earlier on in the episode, your process was different because normally we actually have people speak to multiple franchisees. You came in kind of right at the end. We spoke. You're like, I'm in. So we skipped a few steps. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's important to understand what you're getting into. And understand this is not going to be easy, right? If anybody's telling you it's easy or whatnot, probably hiding something.
Yeah.
It's not.
Nothing, in the end, nothing's easy. I like to be in control. You could have franchises that are like a middleman model. I was strongly considering one other company, but they basically were the sales component of it, and then they would subcontract the servicing. And I felt uncomfortable with that because I didn't know the subcontractors and I couldn't do that service myself. So I was entirely reliant on these other people coming through. Here, something goes wrong, I'll get that job done. Like I could do it all. And I love that.
All right, let's actually, so anything else you want to tell to a prospective customer watching this? Let's close with that. I know you've always got a story. What would you tell them? He started calling you right away.
Yeah, look, you could work with Spray-Net and be thrilled at the end because we're going to be able to help you free up funds that you could place towards other home improvement projects. This is especially true when we work with Lowe's. It comes apparent very quickly. When they want to do a replacement of the countertops, the backsplash, the flooring, and paint everything, man, we will free up $20,000+ to get all of that done. And changing, for example, the interior of the home, the kitchen cabinets, it's like having a whole new outfit. Like it's one of the most dramatic things that you could do to improve the look of the inside of your home. And forget about the exterior. There's no other option. If your siding is in good shape, whether it be brick, stucco, whatever, the quality of our coats with a 15-year no-appeal warranty, no one else is coming close.
Love it. And you forgot about doors and windows too, because that's a really good thing that we do.
I love doors and windows. I do garage. I've done so many garage doors and front doors. Yes. Sorry, there's too much to talk about. And the floor and the roof. I didn't even start offering the roofing yet. And I haven't even started working on commercial projects. That's a whole, there's so much more to expand this business to.
Love it, David. It was great talking to you like usual. And if you're watching, call David. He'll definitely take care of your home. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Carl. It was a pleasure.